Welcome to Termite Machine Works. My name is Keith. Alright, UPS just came in, and this should be our new sprocket. There's a new sprocket, and down in here should be 10 feet of chain, and this will be 3 foot of chain. Alright, let's go in and let's get our shaft finished up, and we do have to verify. $100, 10 foot. Alright. Here's our old sprocket. And here's our new one. Yeah, if you feel close into the root there, you can feel the size difference in there. Alright. This is old school, 1 11/16. This is 1 5/8. And we're going to be turning that shaft for 1 5/8 and the keyway that's in here. Alright, we took our first skim down here. This is where that bearing's going to ride, and that bearing we got somewhere around 694, 696, somewhere around in there, and we're at like 730 there, 730 and a couple tenths there, so we're holding pretty parallel. So we're just sneaking on down. Alright. 15. Alright, I think we got a good fit there now. She'll ride somewhere around in there. Spacer and the sprocket. This is travel so that the lower section can be lifted out of the pin area and then put back in. So we're happy there. We're going to go ahead and start turning our gear diameter here now. Alright, we got our sprocket diameter turned here. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in the keyway here, and we're kind of scooting this back so that we can reach it with our cutter. Alright, now this diameter is turned, this one's turned, and then this is 1 3/4 diameter here, this is 1 5/8. So we need a 1/16. 1/8 of an inch is a bit fat. Okay, and I think that's a 1/16 there, and there's a 1/16. Okay, so with both of those in there, we can toe clamp right here next to this, and we can have pretty good rigidity in our setup here. There we go. Tighten this one up. Alright, I'm going to go get a 3/8 end mill. We're going to be putting a 3/8 keyway in here to match the sprocket. So we're going to be matching that keyway there. Alright, we got our speed now. Now we're going to go ahead. We got our table locked here. We're going to touch off here. And we got our dial floating, so we got to set our dial for our height. So we just keep coming back and forth across there. So we get a 3/8 of an inch diameter. Almost looks square there. And that's kind of the key. When it does look square, you know it's pretty good stopping, almost straight across from each other. Okay, now you line up both sides equal with that square, we hit that pretty good, right on the money. All right, we're gonna call that center. All right, center, we locked there. We locked our vertical, so we're center this way, and we're at 0 on our height for our depth from our key, so that's where it's gonna go. So that's why we do a quickie like that, and much faster than sitting there trying to dial in off the side. So, all right, we come off the end of our shaft, and then we go ahead and we give it some juice here so it gets flowing before. All right, we're gonna feed in, and there's 125 and 70 is 190, 195. Right in that ballpark area is our depth. We're feeding at half an inch a minute. We need to get a little bit of angle up here on this water. Time to get some more extensions here. I'm getting too short on this. And all right, there we go. And away we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to slide our assembly in here, and because we need to dimple our. I'm putting one in here so that I got a good location, and then I can remove one. We're going to drill one, tighten one. Okay, that goes on there like that. This is a spacer ring here. And I went ahead and turned this because I was wondering what they did, but they needed this to rest on here. But with this sticking out, it was cutting into the nut and retainer here on the top side, so I gave it more clearance to rotate. Although this was rotating too far because of the wear in the pinion and the stretch in the chain. And we're going to get into the chain here shortly. Just want to finish up the rest of my running gear here. All right. Now we need to go ahead and put our key in. Alright, I had it right the first time. Alright, and plastic mallet. Alright. We go ahead and put that in there. Now this set screw right here, we can tighten this one here slightly. This goes down on the key. This is not really, most of the time when those set on the key, they're just giving you a false tighten. The one coming in over here that goes into the shaft, that one there we're going to dimple. And dimple means we're going to drill point into the shaft so that the cup point of the set screw will have something to go into, and then we're going to radius or smooth the outside of it so that it's not grabbing. Okay, now this can come back here, because this dimple here on this collar here, we want this to be packed like this, and we're going to make a plate with a bolt right here, and that'll be next coming up. But we can go ahead and dimple this hole here, dimple this one here, and the second one over here. Alright, so let's get the edge finder. We're going to find our center here, and then we got to come over to the edge. Okay, quickie. Okay, there's 0. We're at 250, so we already got the vise. The vise is already zeroed. Alright, so we're going to come over. This is 1 3/4, so it'd be 7/8. 875. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw this in closer here, because we just don't want to be hanging way out there. 5/16 drill bit. I don't know why we didn't have all this ready, but I'm just racing around, just trying to. Okay, now we're drilling an Aquamet 22. You do not turn that very fast. Okay, we got to come back down here to realistic speeds here. Okay, that'll get it. Alright, we're going to call that, we're going to lock that one slightly so that we can drill that point right there. Alright, we put a cut point. And we'll move to our next hole. Alright, now we're going for the last one here, and it's going to be one that we're going to put right in the get everything all set here, because we just want to be straight in line there. All right. Alright, we got everything off of here. Now these dimples here, the most common mistake is the machinist will drill dimple holes like this, and then they send it out the door just like this. You got to get in here, and if you put that set screw in against that dimple right there, it's going to mushroom and raise the metal around there, and then when it comes time to disassemble down the road, you're going to have interference on the fit. Okay, dimple is made to hold the set screw and lock it down below the point, but you don't want to raise metal into the bore. So you just kiss this off around this outside edge here and kind of like roll it over a little bit. Nothing extreme. I hit it with this paper disc first, just to take the real sharp edge off. Okay, then I go ahead and I put in one of these cheap 3M Scotch-Brite pads, which I'm very disappointed with this year. You know, 3M is ranking up with that Chinese grinder right now. On their 2-inch Rolex anyway. Used to have an Ace product, and that's why I bought it. You know, I'm thinking twice now. I'll buy something foreign before I buy another 3M Rolex there, unless they fix them freaking things. Sorry guys, I just went off the deep end. And the last thing is to polish the shaft. This is a 10-foot section, and this is a 3-foot section here. Here's our old chain, and we're laying this out side by side. So what we're doing is, first off, we're just going to be putting this together, and this will be a link here. We're not going to, you know, I'm not going to button it up, but I can put that on there just so it doesn't fall off. We're going to lay these two side by side and get them stretched out, and I'm going to time both of those with a pin, and I'll show you how over the years this chain has stretched in relationship to a brand spanking new one.